following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Welcome to Growing Business and Community, a podcast of the Upward Niagara Chamber of Commerce. I'm Jennifer Pauley, the president of the Chamber, here for episode 4 with our guest, Michael Ragusa, managing director of the Vision Financial Group. And I have to say, we got to know Michael earlier this year. He walked to our office. He's friends with our chairman of the board, Matt Villeneuve, and over the past couple months, you know, I've had a broken hand, a broken wrist. Right. You traveled Center Street with Suzanne. I feel like you've gotten to know us pretty well over the past couple months.
I agree.
So thank you for joining us, Michael.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so as I said, Matt Villeneuve, good friend of both of us, had mentioned you and said, you know, we got to get Michael into Niagara County. He's from the area. He, is wants to expand into Niagara County and think we can partner with the Chamber. And we met. And we're happy to be able to tell you that Michael is a leader member of the Chamber. So leader member is a higher membership tier of the Chamber of Commerce, and we're so happy to have you aboard.
I'm happy to be aboard as well.
Well, what we say is, honestly, welcome to the dark side, right?
Well, you know, that's good. You guys say that all the time, and,
we do.
And it's funny, but it's been a blast. I think I first talked to you guys. Well, I know I talked to Matt in January. And as a friend and a client of mine, and I was meeting with him at his office for business, and we were talking, and he said, you know what, you should really join the Chamber. You grew up here, your parents are still here, and so I said, well, put me in touch with whomever, and that was you. So I think we talked in February.
We did.
And it sat down and just said, hey, this is what I'm looking to do to kind of give back to my hometown of Lewiston and my home community, and want to be more active, more involved, and help out local businesses with the expertise that my team and I have. And you love the ideas, and here we are today getting ready for a big business blunder at Griffin on Thursday, which it's very highly anticipated. So we're all looking forward to it. So if you don't have tickets yet, get tickets, come on out. The Whirlpool jet boat's going to be running at a discount rate. We're going to have a great time. So hope to see everybody there.
Yes, Michael's one of our sponsors of that event, and you'll have an opportunity to get to know Michael. That event is one of my favorites. It's out on the patio.
Yeah.
What better place to be in the summer than the patio at the Griffin? And prior to that, John Kinney from the Whirlpool Jet Boat Tours, who's one of our members, he gives us a boat where we can fill it with Chamber members. So we always say, if you've never rode on the jet boat before, to come early. You have to get your tickets through the Chamber, but come early. Take a ride on the jet boat. We give you an opportunity to change before, the networking event. So you don't have to step off the boat soaking wet and then come, introduce yourself to people. But he allows us to be able to do that for members, which is great because they get to ride. What do we say? It's like a controlled drowning experience on the jet boat is what we tell people.
It's really, a lot of people don't understand or have any experience with the rapids where that goes.
Yes.
And there's a reason why you have to take a jet boat, up there. But it's a rush. It's an absolute blast. But yeah, it's good that we'll all be able to change beforehand because we're going to come back soaking wet.
Come back and network at 5. So the nice thing about sponsoring that event is Michael will have a table there so people can stop by. He'll have an opportunity to speak a little bit about what he does and how he's working with the Chamber as well. And great casual way to meet people. So Michael's actually been at our previous blender. I think it was in April or February. February.
No, because it was nicer out.
No,
it was the one
April.
It was the one at Gather, so I think it was April.
Yeah, it must have been. And
it was a really nice day.
Months are going together. It is. Right? It was a nice day.
It's a great day. Great event. Everybody got to mingle and meet with one another with the Chamber, and then we were at the relaunch when we did the rebranding.
Yep.
And that was over at Brewhouse.
That was.
Which they did a phenomenal job rebuilding that. So I was very impressed with what they had done with that. So another great event with the new logo, the new name, all that stuff. So that was really cool to kind of be invited to that. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And again, looking forward to Thursday. I've got several members of the team that are going to be joining me. We all do work in this space, helping employers, better take care of their employees with some of our unique offerings. We have different strategies that help them to, especially in this economy, recruit new people. Because I hear that a lot. Oh, I can't find anybody to work. And I'm sure you've heard it from I don't know how many businesses that are with us at the chamber. I can't find anybody who wants to work, or I have so much trouble keeping good people. So we kind of came up with a way to kind of kill two birds with one stone with some of our offerings. So we're really excited to work with folks within the chamber. Again, like I said, back home in my hometown of Lewiston, Youngstown, Niagara County, and I think it's gonna really take off and do some good in the community.
I definitely think so. And I think one of the things the Chamber is interested in is always helping our membership and finding different ways that we can expand their business, expand their offerings, take care of their employees.
Right.
And partnering with you in the next, over the next part of the year is going to be important for businesses to take advantage of some of the offerings that you have. And just like you said, businesses are always looking for opportunities to give more to their employees. You do have to retain talent and keep that talent, keep them happy, and figure out ways to enhance their experience.
Right.
And I think last week we had an opportunity to talk about additional benefits that we can bring to employers, and I'm excited about this opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. So am I. So. I feel great about that, and just a lot of the things that we deal with in the community too, and we talked about this on Friday when we met. A lot of folks are seasonal, right? So Lewiston is small. It is not the extent of the boundaries of the chamber, but it is the epicenter, right? So many of those businesses, as we know, are seasonal, and so it's kind of tough. Well, what do I do in the down season? How do I keep people with me in the down season? I think this is some solutions to that. I think what we offer is certainly something that can help with that, help mitigate the kind of loss of employees. We're not going to be able to keep everybody on because that's the nature of many of the businesses. But if you can keep some people on and make it that much less of a burden when you have to go and rehire for the next season, great. Then we've done our job. We've helped out.
Definitely.
And so I feel great about that. Love being involved with all the different events. Looking forward to all the festivals coming up for sure. Just excited to keep working with you guys.
So I have to say, when we first met Michael, he gave us a little bit of just some experience about growing up into Lewiston. But also, I have to share this because when people meet you on Thursday, they're going to be excited to know that you know your stuff. You actually have a law degree.
I do.
And what are you doing now? How does your law degree help you and help us, get to know where you came through this path?
I mean, if I had, probably a nickel for every time anyone has ever asked me that, I probably wouldn't be sitting here with you. I'd be retired on a beach in Aruba or something. But so I, out of college, went to law school at SUNY Buffalo, got my Juris Doctorate degree there, and decided that it was not, what I wanted to do with my life, and started looking out at different avenues, and I had been involved in the financial sector on my own probably since I was about 16, 17 years old, doing some investing and being interested in it, and I decided I wanted to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
So, I went through several different companies and until I found where I'm at here with Vision, which is fantastic. Love the folks that I work with, love my team. And for me, it was about having the ability to still work with people, still help people, but do it in a different way than the legal career was offering. And I found that this is a much better fit for me and what I want to do with life. And some of the things that I feel blessed and fortunate to be able to do are things like I did on Friday with Suzanne. We took some time to promote the blender on Thursday. We walked Center Street, she and I. We went into so many of the businesses there, just introduced ourselves, what we're doing, and you get to know people a lot better, I think, in a face-to-face kind of more casual, informal setting when you meet with somebody, you learn about where they are in life,
Right.
what their goals are, and then your job is to kind of build that plan to get from point A to point B. But again, I've had clients that I've had for a long time that I've grown friendships with, that I've been invited to various family functions of theirs. So it's a great feeling to be able to feel part of a community, even if your client base might not necessarily be where you grew up. And so as I've gotten older and hopefully a little wiser, I've decided that, why not take this back to where I grew up?
Right.
And so that's, again, to circle back what we're doing here. So very excited about it and can't wait to keep moving forward with it.
Yeah. It was important for Suzanne to be able to take you around to meet the businesses
Sure.
because it is a great way to put a face with a name. We've been including you in our newsletter the
Yeah.
past couple episodes.
Yeah.
So when we're ready to roll out this partnership that we have,
Sure.
that people understand that this is somebody that we trust, and a lot of our businesses on Center Street had the opportunity to meet you, and we'll meet you again on Thursday.
Oh, absolutely.
So tell us, can you give us just a little overview? We can't go into too much detail right now, but just some of the overall business benefits that you offer.
Yeah, I mean, again, not to go into too much detail, but most of the benefits we offer for our employers to roll out to their employees really center around some of our insurance products.
Yes.
As a agency of Mass Mutual, that's what we're known for. Mass Mutual's been around forever. It's a very trusted name in the insurance industry and the financial services industry. So really happy to be able to work with folks in doing that. Again, I don't want to go into specifics now. We'll save that for when we do presentations
Definitely.
and meet with the individual owners to kind of roll that out. But it's just great to be able to bring that back.
Yes, we're excited about it. We have met with Michael and went through the program and the process. And Suzanne is our licensed insurance broker on staff. She has some experience in the health insurance sector, but we really rely on her for our member benefits, to look for more benefits that we can give to our members. And when we sat down and looked at the partnership that we could do with you, we realized that this is important for our membership to realize and the decision makers to look through and to make sure it's a fit for them. So what we will be doing as the chamber, you'll be hearing from Suzanne, is making those connections with Michael to the key decision makers in businesses to see if this is a fit for them.
Yeah.
And we think it is. So we're excited about this going forward.
Absolutely. So am I. And it's there aren't a lot of moving parts to what our offerings are, as you were aware. I think our presentation, when we explained it to you, was a grand total of about 20 minutes, and that's as long as it ever takes.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm there to answer any and all questions at any point. I still live relatively close. I'm 20 minutes away. My family and I are in Lewiston at least once a week, if not more. So not at all bothered by the ability to be able to come down and drive down, go wherever I need to go to meet with someone, to ask questions, review something or whatever. But ultimately, yeah, it's like I said, it's relatively a simple concept. Our meetings take no more than 20 minutes, so that's great too. Right?
Yeah.
We don't want to bore people to death.
Well, it was to the point, and we said, yes, let's figure this out and let's do this. So the funny thing is, on Friday, we had picked a day actually a couple weeks before, I think a month before, and I unfortunately broke my hand that day.
Yeah.
And so needed to reschedule and then reschedule again, and it ended up where Friday was a hot 80-something degree day.
Right.
And the plan was to take Michael around and introduce him to businesses.
Yeah.
And what better person to do that than Suzanne, coworker,
Absolutely.
who has been with the chamber, 20, I think this year she's celebrating 27 years. It might be 28. So she was part of the chamber before it was a chamber. She was part of the business association, and then we grew into a chamber. So she knows everybody, as you are aware.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So it was it was very hot Friday, which is good because we needed it. We had some rain. It was very hot, and we had all kinds of handouts to give for the upcoming event, and Suzanne had asked me to carry a duffel bag that probably weighed about 472 pounds and had 15,000 flyers in it up and down Center Street.
She wasn't thinking.
There's no way. I mean, I can carry it for about a block, but in this heat, I think you'll be carrying me back on a stretcher. So we pared it down a bit, but we were able to meet a ton of folks. And we were able to take some time just to talk to them as well, which was great, because that's what I love to do the most with clients and prospective clients and business owners and people that I'm involved in with the chamber, and just kind of get their story a little bit and just let them know what we're going to be doing on Thursday. Again, it's going to be a fantastic event, and really looking forward to it. So that was a fun day.
Yeah,
really fun day.
I think she was supposed to take those around the week before, and then she figured, I've got a sucker here.
Right?
You know what? I've got a sucker here. I'm just gonna make him carry them for me. But we appreciate you doing that.
Oh my God, yeah, it's my pleasure.
It's so funny because Suzanne came back to the office with all of these bags of hot sauce and jellies and all of these things that she essentially bought along the way at each store she went in. I think she purchased something at. And that's usually what happens when we go out to meet businesses. We end up, coming back and having fun, from walking up and down that street.
Which is also good, right? Because, we're in a chamber, and our primary focus within the chamber is to, foster and develop business growth with our members, right? So I actually purchased a couple things too while I was out, and I prefer that. I like going local. I don't rarely, if ever, buy anything from chains or eat at chains. I'd much rather support local communities and local business, because I think it's important, especially where we are.
It is.
And especially in that area where our chamber operates. Again, to say that it's seasonal, they need all the help they can get when business is in season. And so I'm more than happy to support all of our local businesses in that regard. So it's fantastic.
Well, I have to say that's one thing that our chamber really does well is we listen to our businesses, we listen to our members, we have these relationships with them.
Right.
We can stop into any business and the business owner knows who we are.
Yeah.
And that's important for us.
Oh my
we
God,
keep that connection going, and we keep communication going, connection going, and that's what helps grow our community.
Absolutely.
It
I
definitely
agree
does.
entirely. So it's fantastic. I actually it was surprised, well, not too surprised, but I was actually happy to see that there were a couple businesses that were there with folks that I had gone to school with down at Newport and hadn't seen in, oh my God, it had to be probably 25 years. So that was really nice to see them as well. So,
yeah. See, you can always come back home and people will know who you are.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well,
sometimes. No,
it's sort of like half and half, maybe, right? But that's okay. It was still really fun to do that and see that. So,
yeah, I'm glad that you had the opportunity to do that. We will definitely do that again when we have more collateral we need to hand out. We know Michael is the guy who will help us do that.
Yep.
What advice? So you were able to go and meet some of our smaller businesses, but what advice would you have? From your experience working with businesses, what advice can you give businesses right now in our economy that we're in right now, and the position that small businesses face right now with inflation and things of that nature of keeping employees happy and keeping that turnover low? Is there any advice that you can give them right now?
Yeah. So most of what my team does and what I do is we do a custom tailored approach, right? So every person is different. Every business is different. Most people think, oh, well, you're a business. You've got this, notation, your LLC or whatever. So you got to do this. But it's not a cookie cutter approach. Mm-hmm. Everybody has different goals. Everybody has different backgrounds. Everybody has different amount of times they've been in business, et cetera. So I can't give a general kind of advice. But what I can say is it's very important to sit with somebody and just make sure that whatever your particular business goals are as a business owner, right, make sure that you have a plan for that.
Yes.
And make sure that you're working with a professional to be able to develop that plan to reach those goals, whatever it is. So I hope that's not too convoluted, but it really is. I would be doing a disservice if I just threw out, some general guidelines, because like I said, everything we do from the time we first meet with a client, whether they're an individual, business owner, municipality, school district, whatever that may be, it's always going to be custom tailored to that person and their particular needs.
I like that. I think that's important, to be personalized and unique and find out exactly what that business needs. Yeah. That's very important. So it's not a cookie cutter approach.
No,
that is important.
No, ma'am, not at all. So we kind of pride ourselves on that. I've kind of ingrained that into my team and how we do business. And folks, from the responses we've had with all the folks that we've worked with already, everybody's pretty happy with that, and we've got some great feedback from taking that kind of stance on how we do business. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad that Michael, that Matt, our chairman of the board, and you are friends, and it just so happened in a conversation where this connection was able to be made.
This is fantastic.
It
I've known
is.
Matt a long time, and just really glad that we were able to be put in touch with one another, and excited to do business together going forward.
Well, he was the sucker on the last episode. I have to tell you, I had said, Matt, you're our chairman now. I need to film an episode in your store. So as you know, he sells candles and soap.
Yeah.
So Rich from Moranto Media and Emerge, he came to the store, Trey Curray store on Center Street, and we did our podcast episode right there in Matt's candle scented.
That's fun.
Storefront. It was so much fun. It was nice. He has all kinds of product in there.
He does. I go there. So, and they're actually fantastic.
They are.
So we go there. My girlfriend and I go down there quite a bit whenever we're down, and we try to stop in when he's open if we can catch him before we head to dinner at Griffin or Gather or Gala or whatever, and stock up on some of his candles and soap and whatever else it is that she wants to buy. But he has some fantastic products, and I'm actually we tried to go Friday, but he had a prior commitment, so I wasn't able to get in there. But I got to get down there soon because apparently we have to restock. So looking forward to doing that.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Well, 4 episodes in of our podcast of growing business and community, and I think we're starting to get on a roll here. We started this, Michael, actually during COVID. My coworker and I, Suzanne and I, did a webisode called Roam the Region.
Yeah.
We did it online just because we missed each other.
Sure.
We couldn't be in the same office together. Then we were able to be in the office together, and people actually watched it. And we said, well, maybe we have something here.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to bring her to record an episode. I don't know. We might have to, bleep out a few words here or there because I don't know how the direction will be with both her and I. But we grew this into a podcast now, and we're so happy that you were able to join us for this.
Oh my God, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so look for Michael at the Business Blender on Thursday, July 13th at the Griffin. If you didn't already get your tickets, you can just call the office or go to the website, upwardniagara.com, and we'll get you in. It's casual, low-key, right on the patio outside at the Griffin. Lots of fun. Always, I think this one is always our favorite networking event. Nothing like being on the water.
No, and I think the weather's supposed to be cooperative with us, so that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Totally looking forward to it. It's going to be fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
And we are excited about bringing the benefits that Michael's able to offer to our members to you. So that will be coming to you through probably a personalized phone call, letter through Suzanne and I, and we'll make these connections happen with our membership. As always, thank you for joining us on Upward Niagara Chamber of Commerce podcast, Growing Business and Community. Michael, thank you for joining us today.
I appreciate
See, it was easy, nice and casual.
Yeah, it was fine. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, and join us for the next episode.